It took me over 30 years to realize something that I can now share with you in just a few minutes. It's not some secret, not a magic trick or hidden formula, but a simple truth that took me decades to understand. It's something you've likely heard before, but perhaps haven't fully grasped. The truth is, many of us spend our lives chasing things we think will bring us happiness. A perfect body, fame, money, success. But in the end, these things are like sand slipping through our fingers, fleeting and impermanent. They are not the ultimate source of fulfillment. We live in a world that tells us constantly that we need to look a certain way, have a certain status, or own a certain amount of things to feel complete. The advertisements, the influencers, the celebrities, they all sell us this idea that happiness is found in these external things. We are taught to focus on what we lack, what we could have, and how we could be better. We are constantly in a state of becoming, always chasing the next version of ourselves, always striving to be perfect. And in that chase, we forget the most important thing, the present moment, the one life we have right now. Take the perfect body, for instance. We've been taught that our value is tied to our appearance. Society places a premium on beauty, on youth, on flawless skin and toned muscles. So we spend hours at the gym, we diet, we starve ourselves, all in the pursuit of something we think will make us happy. But when you finally get the body you desire, when you've sculpted your muscles just the right way, or shed that extra weight, what happens? Does it bring you lasting peace? Does it fill that empty space inside? Of course not, because the body, no matter how perfect, is a temporary thing. It ages, it changes, it deteriorates. The pursuit of physical perfection is a mirage. You can spend your whole life chasing after it, but you'll never find the lasting happiness you seek in the shape of your body. Instead of constantly striving for physical perfection, wouldn't it be better to embrace the body you have, to accept it as a vessel for the experiences of life rather than an object to be perfected? True peace comes not from trying to control your body, but from accepting it as it is and understanding that you are more than the shell you live in. Then there's fame. We all want to be seen, to be recognized, to be admired. The idea that fame will bring us happiness is deeply ingrained in us. The idea that if only others knew who we are, if only we were famous, then we'd be happy, fulfilled, validated. But fame is just another fleeting thing. It's like a wave that crashes against the shore, only to recede back into the ocean. You might get the attention you crave, but what happens when it fades away? What happens when the applause dies down, when the cameras stop flashing, and when the world moves on to the next person or thing? Fame does not provide lasting satisfaction. It connects us to others based on something external, something superficial. It's not about who we really are, but about what we project, what others see. When you build your life around fame, you build it on shaky ground. If you don't understand who you are, independent of the external validation, you'll find yourself constantly chasing the next hit of recognition, always hungry for more attention, but never truly fulfilled. And then we have money. Money, of course, is essential in this world. It provides security, comfort, and freedom. But we often fall into the trap of thinking that the more money we have, the happier we'll be. We spend our lives accumulating wealth, working harder and harder, sacrificing time with our loved ones, all in the name of financial success. But the truth is, money can never buy lasting happiness. It can buy comfort, yes. It can buy luxury, yes. But it cannot buy peace of mind or inner fulfillment. At some point, you may realize that no matter how much money you accumulate, it won't fill the deeper void. The empty space inside you will not be filled by possessions, by a bigger house, or by a fatter bank account. The more you accumulate, the more you'll find yourself wanting, because money, like fame and the perfect body, is just a tool. It is not the goal, and if you make it the goal, you will never feel complete. You will always be chasing the next thing, never satisfied with what you have, always yearning for more, thinking that it will somehow bring you fulfillment. The problem is that we get caught up in these things, we get caught up in the chase, We live our lives thinking that when we achieve these things, when we have the body, the fame, the money, and the success, then we will be happy. But in reality, these things are distractions. They take us away from the present moment, from what truly matters. We end up spending our time pursuing things that can never truly satisfy us, when what we really need is a shift in perspective. True happiness does not come from external achievements. It does not come from the perfect body, from fame, from money, or from success. It comes from within. It comes from a sense of peace, a sense of acceptance, and a sense of understanding that the things we chase after are not the key to a meaningful life. The key to happiness is realizing that you are already enough, just as you are. The key is realizing that you do not need to chase after perfection, after recognition, after wealth. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. You are already whole, already complete. And when you realize that, when you stop chasing these fleeting external things, you will find peace. You will find contentment. What I've learned in my 30 years is that life is not about achieving a set of goals or accumulating things. Life is about living authentically, about being present, about appreciating what is right in front of you. It's about understanding that happiness is not a destination, but a journey. It's about finding joy in the simple things, in the moments, in the experiences that make life rich and meaningful. So stop chasing the perfect body. Stop chasing fame. Stop chasing money. Stop chasing success. Instead, start embracing the life you have right now. Start appreciating who you are, where you are, and what you have. Start being present, being mindful, and living authentically. This is where true fulfillment lies. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be admired. You don't need to be rich. You only need to be yourself. And that, my friends, is the secret that took me over 30 years to realize. Now I pass it on to you in the hopes that you can understand it much sooner. Live your life not for the things you can accumulate, but for the moments that truly matter. The perfect body, fame, money, success, they don't bring happiness. Peace, acceptance, and authenticity do. In conclusion, the pursuit of the perfect body, fame, money, and success is a never-ending chase that ultimately leads to emptiness. These external achievements, though they may seem important in the moment, cannot provide lasting fulfillment. The key to true happiness lies not in acquiring more, but in understanding and accepting who you are right now. When you stop chasing perfection, recognition, and material wealth, you open the door to a deeper peace that is not dependent on anything outside of yourself. Happiness is found in the present moment, in embracing your authentic self, and in living with purpose, not in the things you can accumulate. It took me over 30 years to realize that true fulfillment does not come from the external world. It comes from within. I share this with you now so that you may grasp this truth more quickly and begin to live a life of meaning, peace, and contentment. Stop chasing what you think you need to be happy. Instead, start living with gratitude and acceptance, for you are already enough as you are. True success is not in the accolades or possessions you gather, but in the person you become when you stop running after things and start being yourself. Embrace the journey, appreciate the small moments, and understand that happiness is not a destination. It is a state of being.